Hi, everybody. My name is Lyndah. I am the founder of the 1099 Ladies. I created this networking group for women with no costs involved because I realized that as a business owner, if you had to go out in the world and find every customer for yourself, that could become a full-time job in itself. When would you have time to actually do whatever it is that you're offering? Please consider yourself invited. It's a great place to come. We are staring down the same challenges as you. Many times I've come up with ideas, and through a collaborative discussion, they've been greatly improved because no one of us is as smart as all of us. And honestly, it would be better if you were there. Now, as far as my business, I'm a financial advisor. I am independent. What separates me out from other people is that you don't have to have a lot of money to work with me. In fact, I often start people off with not a lot of money and get them there. Through practical things, which is one of the things I'm going to share with you today. When I first started out my money journey in life, I was an employee. So I want you to look at the chart here below. You don't need to take notes or draw this. I have a PDF that I'm attaching to this so that you can print out, and you'll have it all beautifully drawn for you there. I want to draw your attention to the box that says checking account number 1. In that box goes your paycheck. And out of that box, you auto pay all your bills. This prevents you from having late fees or forgetting about things. There's a plan in place. Then you'll notice there's an arrow leaning out of that checking account to the green box labeled savings. Every month you need to pay your savings account the way you pay your bills. I don't mind if it's even $25. You have to do something, because doing something is better than doing nothing. Now you'll notice there's another blue box that says checking account number 2. And you'll also notice out of checking account number 2 is a box that says debit card. That's because this is the only bank account that has a debit card. None of the other ones are on that debit card. In that second checking account is the money that's left over after you've paid your bills and after you've paid your savings. That is your disposable income. The rule is that when the money's out, you're done shopping. If at the end of the month you have money left over, you dump it into your savings. The goal with the savings is to get it to be enough so that when an emergency happens, you can go to your savings to deal with it and not a credit card, a flat tire, or some other unforeseen expense that, is happening just because life happens. Okay, so now that's where you start off if you're an employee, but most of us are small business owners. So what does that look like? Give me a second to scroll down to the next screen. So you'll notice this is the same graphic, but I've added 2 boxes. Down at the bottom, there's a blue box that says business checking. All your income from your business goes into that checking account, and any bills related to that business go out of that checking account. So bills might be something like your cell phone bill, because you have you're using your cell phone for business. It might be platform fees or CRM fees, things that are related to, ongoing things to running your business. Now you'll notice that there's a business savings account. You need to put money into your business savings account every month. And what I recommend in the next slide, I'm going to show you where I come up with these proportions, but you need to be saving for 2 things. One, you're filing quarterly taxes or your annual taxes, depending on where you're at with that part. So that you don't get blindsided with a tax bill that you're not prepared for. And the other thing is, every business, I don't care what you do, has peaks and valleys. So during the low months, instead of reaching for a credit card, you reach for your business savings so that you have a somewhat consistent paycheck for your business. Now you notice, once you get your salary out of that business, you're going to dump it into checking account number 1. And then, I'm not going to bore you by repeating everything I just said. But a lot of times you'll have a married couple. One of them is an employee somewhere and one of them self-employed. So the self-employed person pays themselves a salary, and their salary goes into the checking account, the same as their significant others goes into that same checking account, and then the bills are paid as is agreed upon in your relationship. Now, the other thing that's very significant about this that I want to make sure you're aware of, if you spent money to get an LLC, The purpose behind doing that was to insulate you from anybody related to the business suing you. The most that they could attach would be your business checking account. If you commingle your funds, that is, if you just have the money go straight into the checking account that you share with your mate, you pierce that veil and you lose that security. So it's important to have a separate account. Now, I know banks charge a lot of money for business accounts. It doesn't have to be labeled a business account from whatever bank you bank at. It can be just another personal account, especially if people are writing checks or doing PayPal or Square to you to pay for your business. There's no problem. The only reason why you need a business account is if someone's going to write a check out to the business name, because the rules at banks are the name on the check has to match the name on the account. So you can't have a check from XYZ Consulting going into an account with your personal name. It has to have an account name of XYZ Consulting. If that's not clear, reach out to me. We can have a more in-depth conversation where I can explain it better. I need to keep the video short in order to be sensitive to the time frame that I'm here. All right, let's go to the last slide. Come on, computer, cooperate. There we go. So it's a little off, and I apologize for that. But I want you to look at this pie chart, because even with the typos in it, it's still pretty clear what I'm trying to say. Money comes in from your business, income from your business. 50% of that should be your salary. 30% of that should be going into your business savings for the tax and insulating you from the low parts of your career. Your whatever, for instance, if you're a real estate agent, it's hard to sell houses in November and December. You might suffer a slight lull and only have like investors as opposed to your primary residential customers. So if you have some money to tap into, it'll be a saving grace that you squirreled it away during the summer months when you were making tons of money. Okay, rent. Now rent is 12% in this situation. Now, a lot of people say to me, I work out of my house. What do you mean rent? Well, here's what I mean by rent. I want you to take your salary. I want you to multiply it by 0.12 to come up with a number. All right, once you have that number, I want you to take your house payment and divide by the square footage in your house and come up, what does it cost 1 square foot in your house? That's how much space in your home you should be having devoted to your business. Now, in the beginning, you're not making a lot of money, so maybe your space is actually like a Rubbermaid bin that you pile your office into, you unpack it on the dining room table, and every day when you close up shop, you put it back in the Rubbermaid bin and you put it away to take out the next day you work. It might mean a small desk in one area of your house, living room, dining room, bedroom, such. But if you're making a substantial income, maybe your business warrants having a whole bedroom in your house as an office. For every person, that's a personal decision, but this kind of gives you a guideline about how much space you should allot in your home for the business. And then inside that rent income can be things like paper for your printer, ink for your printer, other office supplies you might need, greeting cards, different things that you need that are consumable for your business, whatever that may be. It's so wide open because you can have so many different businesses. And then marketing is 8%. So marketing, if you're paying for Facebook ads, if you're paying for LinkedIn to use to engage other people, if you're renting a table at the quarter auction or other venue, whatever those fees are that you need to connect to your clients, to find your clients, to reach your clients, it's 8%. If you're spending way more than that, you need to take a look at that. If you're not spending anything, you need to take a look at that, because money, you need to spend some money in order to meet the people now that you want to do business with. And then the last thing I want to end off with, well, two things. One is that for every customer you find, another customer should be a referral. So 50-50 is where it's kind of like a baseline. If that's not happening, you need to go back to your referral partners and educate them. How are you different from your competition? Why should they connect somebody to you? And What unique opportunity do you bring to the table? Do your homework, build that sales funnel, take time to build those referral partners, because half your business should be coming from them, sometimes more if you've done a really great job. If you're getting 2 referrals for everyone you find, pat yourself on the back. You've done a great job in building the sales referral. We do this a lot at the 1099 ladies. We just take time to know each other and know each other's businesses so that we know who to connect you to. Okay, the last thing I want to say, and then this is over. I have a financial fitness class that, well, what I want to say is Dave Ramsey used to work for the company that I work with, and he left to do educational pieces. So this is not his class because that would be a copyright infringement. However, nobody owns information. So it is similar content, not the same wording, but at the end, what does really matter is the content, right? And this would be an online class. It's on Mondays and Thursday nights. The link is there. Feel free to sign up. If you sign up, shoot me a quick email, let me know. I can be your point of reference. If there's anything on that video that's not clear or that you need elaboration, consider me your girl. I'd be happy to help you with anything there. At the end, there's no cost to this. No one will ask you to buy anything. It's completely free. It just is going to help shore you up financially, empower you, and give you information to work with so that you make good choices for yourself, for your business, and for your family. All right. Have a great day. It's been a pleasure, and I hope to meet you face to face sometime in the near future.